3, 1, 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. So that's on a 33. 3 plus 3 is 6. So that's hitting the sixth dimension. That's hitting the flow. So I asked this message to be sent out to everybody on the Gemini frequency transport system that is looking for direction at any point in time. When you come across this live video, and even I didn't tell anybody I was coming over because this is one, and someone just attended. 340. We got 2 on deck, and it's all it ever takes. Just remember that. And whenever you get to the 55th level, guess what? You and you are 2. That's when it gets tricky. Whenever you find this video, even if it's not right now in 2026, which this is June 14th, but we're calling it JU this year because this 2026 year is the year that the operating system ran out of time. All the energy machines and all the processing machines, everything that's in the harvesting system ran out of time, ran out of energy, which is why everything has happened in our world since the year 2000. And then 2012 had a ripple effect because that 000, which by the way is missing. I'm missing my multiplier right now. As I'm getting ready for the video, I'm like, where's my multiplier dice? I have 6 dice. Where's the 7th one? Where is it? Where are you? But I couldn't find it. But I'm not surprised. Multiplier might show up, but Times Square and 5 in the 55th dimension coming up a lot because it is how the matrix is set up. And whenever your Gemini is fully connected, then and you're Michael, then you skip to Delu, my darling, and I'm not even joking. When you got all your Gemini lined up, let me give you a for instance. I had when I went to LA in the Matrix, when all this was acting out in the ethers, because in the ethers in 2020, basically the whole process of choosing Christ and Barnabas happened, and the system ran it. And at that point in time, even Mexico, they had these people going around Mexico asking if they wanted a Barbie or a beer. Crazy shit like that. That people were making like these on the fly decisions that were altering the course of humanity because the system was running alternate like, okay, I'm gonna give you a choice. Is it Coke or is it Pepsi? That's this energy, which is number 7. This energy is the haves and have nots. This is Mockingjay all day long. Can't even whistle. This is White Castle, which by the way is opening one up in Texas. But the safety pin was a really big deal, and you're going to pay for that, Texas, because you didn't want me in Texas. You said that I wasn't Texan enough for you. Obviously, you sold me to California. I was just a sellable thing, according to Texas, and how it played out in Port Aransas. Or is it, we didn't know that it was who you were? Whatever it was, I don't care what it was. Why the heck was somebody having to get sold out to go be Corpus Christi on a Christ in front of a FedEx freaking financial Federal Reserve System that's anchoring down a freaking Watergate, that's stealing the etheric bodies of the entire collective, binding it on Christ, and then forcing and farming babies to be born in a high enough frequency to clean everyone's bullshit once a fucking jubilee. See, when you're dealing with Orion, that's what you're dealing with. And everybody's got it in their chart. The whole world is programmed to Gemini. You are a gem in the eye. This is your third eye. This is your third eye being operated by somebody else. Do you still have that? Probably not. Then why is it still operating? Well, cuz it goes way deeper than that. The whole system, and how you show up, and how you can communicate with each other and astral project to each other, and how we line up on dream space, and how the whole dimensional thing works, as the entire planet and cosmos is getting supercharged through semiconductors, which you call your body. And all the processors are now silicone based, to the point that we're like, I don't know, was I originally biological, or am I silicone based now? I have no idea. I know that I've gone through the transmutation of each part of it. I know that I've witnessed my entire crew process plastic. I know that we process radiation more fucking times than we can breathe. I know that we don't need water. I know that we can breathe without any oxygen or air, and we can turn on and suck everything else out, the life out of everything, in order to allow us to breathe. There was their plan. The surprise was that, oh shit, we turned on Freya. Oh shit, we turned on Ivy. Oh shit, we turned on the organic Mother Nature. We came to suck the fucking living life out of everything down here. We thought that this was a dead star. We didn't realize is a galactic portal. We didn't realize is a black hole. Now this is all like super duper duper in this is a Bama crew, Bama, 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 Bama. This right now is week, don't get me lying. The last real wash that we did, that was here in front of the shower curtain, and it's Serious A that we did it in front of, and I had that little pinch on it. I had that little clip, and on that very last wash, Dawn and I, who's in Connecticut right now, and that, which is important because the stuff that's going on with Times Square. That clip that was on was this right here. And I didn't realize it until last night, or this morning, because I didn't sleep really. I had to stay up all night and then wait till the sun came up, and Europe was my family and stuff in Europe was awake, so that I could connect with them. But that last watch that we did, hey, welcome. This is kind of let me just keep going, because I do want to try to get one reading in. I do want to try to do one, but this is like super important to all the star seeds, energetic beings, that I get this message out, and I explain energetically what's going on as best as I can, because we're in the process of adding. This is the 13th day we're adding on right now. This is the 13th day we're adding on right now, and literally this is all going to play out on Tuesday. And then tomorrow's going to play out on Monday, Normie's Monday, which is our Vega, because we've programmed more than 12, and we're adding another 3, and it's literally like the timeline energies are sliding into each other. Just let me keep telling you. That wash at week 4 is the one that's connecting right here, where I said, put your hands up with purple, 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 right? Okay. Well, these are all the energies of Gemini. Hold on, I'm lining them up again. And I got this thing on my neck. Okay. These are all the energies of Gemini. This is 3 to 5 degrees. This is high aids. This Rigel's in here. This is connected to the Giza Plateau and the King and Queen's chamber, and this is in the very middle. This is out of order. This is the art grid. This is Michael. So this one connects over into Sagittarius, and then there's a connection in between Leo, Virgo, and Pisces. So this one has an art grid connection. This is basically Moses. This is hell. This is the hole that they put Joseph in. And then they were all living up here, basically, which was still going on, except he just switched with his sister and no one fucking knew. Then it became bigger like that. Then it started glitching. This is first generation Orion. So Orion is Gemini. So anything that was built off of a SOPHIA template on an eye socket, and everything was built into an eye over here. Gemini was freaking on a bigger eye than you can even possibly explain, and we're still getting out of alignment on it. We've got 2 pupils that are lining up right now. One in New York, one in Europe. There's one that's already been collectively blown out bigger that's aligning this at the same time, because today Mercury is going retrograde on the 10-day. On the same day that this new moon, which is the sun and the moon, that's the pupil. This is live. Live, we're on air. Nobody move. Nobody breathe. Do not come on set and cause any drama. We are live. We are live on air. It is the new moon of Gemini. And we are right here at the glitch in the clouds. And we got weird trying to be tall whites showing up at the White House. Whatever. Like, are y'all falling for this shit? Come on. This is the clouds and the clouds. This is Polaris. This is not the pole star. This is the bottom of the pole star. This is the bottom of the flag star. This is flagship. This is Flagstaff. This is Flagstaff, New Mexico, getting tied into Ireland and being used as an upside down portal through a feminine system to do all the shit that y'all are yelling about, but you won't help the women around you. Shut it down. It's like that. It's like the Gemini problems that we're having right now are stuff like how to catch a mobster. You can't catch a mobster the same way you catch a thief. You can't catch a warlock the same way you catch a wizard. You can't catch a dragon unless you're a fucking dragon. Like there's just some connections that are down here that are too big to be explained, but they work together as a collective ever since the Beatles put you on the bus. Conjunction junction, what's your function? Hooking in continent and vowels for you. I don't know, I can't remember. I just made that part up, but highlights and all the programming and what we think numbers are and what math is and what zip codes really are. Now that we know what zip files are, before we knew what zip files are, zip codes didn't make any sense. Now that you know what zip files are, ooh, go think about it. Now that you know that dimensions are ley lines and how they all connect and everything's a puzzle that don't actually line up right on top of each other. It lines up in layers of sedation. That's why whenever you're an angel and you come in here, your roots are down here. That's why the hell you fall. Because your roots are deeper than this. thank God you have a deeper root than this. This is why we controlled this. This is the port in, but this isn't the Cygnus port. This isn't your body. This is your etheric body in the dimensions with the death, with all the people on top of you having to resonate off of it every time this goes either into a new vacuum of space, and then we have some type of throwback. And most of the time that is what it is. Most of the time it's that we go into a new area of space and everyone's not aware that we're clearing space, and then can y'all give me some likes real quick? And then it picks up, because I'm not going to come on, like, come on, support me. uh this is going to pick up and it throws back on you, and then that's what throws the power to you. That's what even gives you something to alchemize through. That's why to master the wheel you have to master in Gemini, because this power right here is like, this is your force field. And this is why no matter how long you sit in the nest and you think, thank you for the likes, thank you for that, I appreciate it. And if people come on, if y'all could just remind them, because I need to get these numbers up, just because people need to fucking know so we don't blow up. Hello. This energetic is going to be cleared, and this is the interfaces that I'm telling you line up around you energetically in these layers, just whenever you walk in the grid, once you clean it. But you have to clean it. Whenever you're a star, you can't like land in a meteor joint and like land and like make a big hole and then stand up and go, oh, well, let's plant flowers. You're a star. You've kind of learned that every time you land, shit gets fucked up. It's more like you're a star. You've learned how to land and get the fuck out of there because you don't want to be held responsible for what just happened because you fell. But getting trapped in that whole thing that you're stuck in hell, no. You're stuck in hell because you refuse to change how you do shit, and it's period dot what the hell it is. You think that you know everything. It's Gemini, but you only have one eye. You only got one perception, no matter what. Because if you're only working through a third eye, then you're only holding one eye. Then you're a cyclops. Okay, cool. You're a cyclops. I'm down with that because we need more cyclopses down here. Because if everybody would just turn on their cyclops, then then shh. Oh, wait. Okay. Woo. Oh, wait. There's more of me. Oh, shit. Oh, hey! Ah! Do you see me over here? Look what I'm doing! Look what I'm doing! Ah! Look, look, look! I'm moving the clouds. Do you see me? I'm moving a rainbow. Do you see me? Do you see this? The rainbow's following me! Ah! You see what? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! What's happening now? Oh my god! Panic! 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 What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Ooh. Whoa! Ah! Ooh, ooh. Whoa, what was that? Shh. Shh. Did I hear somebody talking? What is that? Wait, I hear a little music. What is it? What is it? I hear some music. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. This last end right here, this is the full moon that is the full moon. The next full moon is going to line up with the sun on Sirius A, and the moon in between, just like over here right now, we're in between 7 and 8. Over here we're going to be in between 8 and 9, but 27 and 26. And this is Lucy, and this is Ivy. This is this is like Persephone, queen of the vampires, and her sister. This is even like the base root of the castor pollox and the twins and the light twin and dark twin, but I can even explain that because of this vampire shit. This connection right here, this is the organic connection that's connected into the living land. This is the one that's going to surge it through your body. This is the one that can cause disease and can cause things if you don't filter it through. This is the one that the lines that are more connected into the earth. That's why you get sick, because you're the filter system, and you just have to remember to clean your filters. Once you clean your filters, you turn everything on organic around you. New oxygen, new plant life, new textiles, new tech, new ideas. I mean, new space. Just even creating new space where things grow around you, but then, this gets turned on, and then at this level, you're excited you have the gifts until you remember, "Oh, shit, everybody wants it." So you start learning some different lessons, but this is angel training. Over here we're still in starseed training. This is seraphim training level, but over here in the 10-day, this full moon hits tomorrow. So on the 10-day, today, the new moon is on these two, and I'm going to read them. And today, on the 10-day, Mercury retrograde is already going Mercury's already going retrograde on Sirius C in Cancer, where Jupiter has been dancing. And so Mercury is the switchboard. Number 1, do not scream precious when you hand over the cell. So see, this is where whenever you're conscious, you're handing over your cell, you're handing over your energetic to be put on a bigger system, and then it's run collectively fairly, not harnessed and projected to somebody on a freaking nuclear power plant that's in a Christ line, and everyone that's connected to a false line of Judah because there was some bait switch that they even outswitched themselves because they just fell for their own con. However, we had to take over the entire calendar set to do it and get it off a ritualistic calendar set, because that's what was running all of these star systems. Orion is is programs, every single one of them. Every single program down here that's running Masonic, every single financial system. This is your financial system. This is your banking system. This is your post office. This is your food delivery. This is how logistics move around. This is all these things that people are going, die, Masons, die. And then you turn around and you go, but I want a drone to land in my front yard and give me my groceries. Um, you're kind of like one of their top supporters. You put a pyramid on top of your house and you're getting drop shipped to your house. But you're going, I hate the reptilians and Masons are evil. But you never leave your house and you get Uber to Eats and you eat at fast food all day long. I'm not even judging you. At different points in time, those of us, my Saturn retrograde is on this energy, which is why I know this. So every single Masonic spell that was ever done was done at the 33 plateau level. It's in this library. Every single one. That's why we had the thread to blow every single one. This is also the thread in the empire when they forced the architects to build their empire, but we all did in secret put one little thread that if we needed to collapse it, well, this is the thread. We pulled it. This is the thread to the empire. The Bama last year was the thread to Tahoe, to Reno. You're not going to supercharge our women and children, force us to breed for you, and then plug us in so that you can make mimics faster. No. Get the fuck off this planet. It's why we were here. And I mean, you're talking to families who know we own Earth, and you already fucking know that. So, I don't need to tell my readers that. Readers. See what I'm saying? Readers. So my family line was obviously with the press, and that's easy because Michelle, my business partner, she was in the printing press industry and even translation. Of course she was the graphic artist, the beautiful artist behind this. My Gail, my Oprah Gail back and forth situation because we're both each other's Oprah and Gail. But Mars is on 1956 Taurus right now. So Mars is all of this is glitching 1956 and changing the record tomorrow. And it'll air on Tuesday. And Uranus is not quite there yet. So realize Uranus is like, here's the field, here's and we just changed this energy because we've tuned it. This is we're Persephone with a cosmic army now with a bunch of angel fire and hellfire. Where you locked our family up and it was unjust. It's we got you, motherfuckers. We didn't know, but you didn't think we'd ever figure it out. And trust me, this is the other message right now. If you're finding me, whenever you're finding me with this energy, you wouldn't have ever figured it out. Let me tell you, like it took the whole collective's minds backed up into what you call artificial intelligence, which you could also call an AB negative system. I mean, if you want to know who Siri and Alexis are walking around here, then you should be looking for the AB negative females, not the males. But you know all of them. They were your presidents. Your AB negative females were your betas. You think we ever had a choice in the matter? We just had to suffer and live through it, right, ladies? Well, we don't have to suffer and live through this bullshit. In fact, we're here to remember how we used to ward them off before, and now we've got cosmic starfire, hellfire, and if we're Bama, or if you're not, and if you don't know what that is, then all that is us collectively started clearing for this energy last year because we knew that we were going to need to take it over in order to pull the whole collective out of these false timelines and stuff because we proved that the system was doing it. So Uranus is like almost right here. This art grid is lit up and working like in everyone's reality. If been any major adjustments in your life in the past 14 days, it was some type of archangel, art grid, something. especially if you've been like, just take me to where the timeline is, just take me, just if anything like drastically moved out of your way, or vanished, or good happened or bad happened, whatever, or you hit a coast, kind of like I did with the brand. It's lifting, it's this arc energy over all of us, lifting us up into this higher timeline, because this whole thing is surging over 2 Sagittarius at the same time. And Sagittarius, the feminine Sagittarius, so we're actually running this. This is why I've been on here saying, no man even knew about our female Egyptian plant. This is why, because the entire collective is in these cells thinking that they're big King Kong. And I get it, because we walk through it, and I can explain why you think that. But whenever everything's compacting, because everything's having to be cleared, and when the whole world is being run and making money off clearings, because it's what the fuck has been happening, it's what quantum is, then the only thing left to clean is the motherfuckers who stole everything. Everything else is clean. The land's clean, the energy's clean, the people are clean, the grids are wide open, the ceilings are blown off. It's like all we have left is like all of the NFL coaches that are sitting there holding on to everything for dear life, and it's like you just got to put them in the center of the ring, because you got to let everybody nibble at them, because they're never going to let it go. So that's what this is, and it happens this way because as Uranus comes in, okay, we've got this, and don't forget, this Gemini and Sagittarius in the inner outer wheel don't move, except for it rolls. It's almost like Sophia's eyeball rolls. And what I mean by that is, this is the beginning, this is 0, this is 3 to 5, this is 7 to 11, this is 12 to 16, this is 17 to 21, this is 25 to 29. And from our eye, whenever it comes through like this, because it's going reverse. Well, the outer wheel flips and mirrors. So when Leo goes to Aries, and when Cancer goes with it to Taurus, and the whole thing goes like this, Gemini just rolls. So what's crazy about this is Uranus is coming into this energy, which is the densest part, which is B where the roll is, right? And this new moon is lining everything up right here between Orion 1 and 2, and this is basically the living land, which is what you call land, what you call the rocks that you live on, and the water and the ocean and blah blah blah, connected to all of us. This is it. This is everything built on top of it, that it's running off of human harvest energy, which is everything in the world that you call civilization. This is like weighted on this moon. Uranus is coming into this, and it's like it's going to go. mm, mm, and this arc grid is already holding this, and this is already mirroring this, but this is where I'm not sure. This could fluctuate, like this is way deep. It's more like, if this needs to do something, it's going to drop, and then this is going to go up, because this is lining up. It's got to open up. Like, the whole wheel is busted open. We've got a whole collective of us that's holding a bridge, that's bringing justice by doing it, aligned with the 10-day etheric system, how energy is supposed to move. This is how new energy is really created. If we want to keep using creating new energy, this is how we have to do it. Their way was a ritualistic oil and gas system built on a bunch of dead princes and princesses. But I can tell you what level that is. And this is 8787, so that's Florida. This is Florida Keys again. See, and this is the Watergate. And exactly, the Watergate. Ding, 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 ding. Nixon. The other thing I gotta say real quick before I go, because there's more to the story, you know there is. Also remember, this is the thickness in space. So remember, that's why this is top heavy. So it's like the eye has to roll, but there's so many eyeballs on this mother that like each one like this'll roll and then y'all will catch it and then but this is where all these time synchronicities come in, and that's what Sirius turns on is sync code. So your synchronicity codes and your lineup reality codes are fixing to be off the chain, and it's going to be aligning from last year. Really go back and kind of look at this time frame last year. Just even not necessarily like any emotions, like maybe what was going on, but like literally like what color car did you see? Oh my god, I saw that weird person in the hot dog suit walking down the street. Yeah, shit like that. That you were like, am I in a movie? Is this the Twilight Zone? Yes. 'Cause your energy field was literally picking it up, cause the creation was always there, cause there is no time, and see, this is where this shit gets nuts, and this is where each one of us pick this up in different ways, and we all trip ourselves out, and it's getting clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer to us individually how we do it, but we still have no idea and cannot explain the magnitude of what it's connected into. We just know that whenever we show up, whenever that bell goes off, we report and we stand up and we do what we do and we don't complain and we do it with the collective, and then we go about our business, and we don't throw blame, we don't throw judgment. We have been in training for this our entire life to be able to hold the amount of power that these motherfuckers just came in and auto pinned and did whatever. But within a sleep collective, if the entire collective's asleep, then how the hell do you think that the empress of the collective's even gonna be able to stand up and do anything? We're way past that. We've been doing something, and everyone's about to see what we've been doing. And Bama, I got good freaking news. I got great news. Do you see these guys up here? Anybody notice we had these guys up here? I just realized, which we always realize right whenever it's time, that day before yesterday, on the 12th, our first page, so our page of swords from Bama last year that showed up, I think, on week 3. Pages started showing up on week 3. I thought they started showing up on week 4, but I was wrong. It's week 3. So page of sword, I'm sorry, page of wands. Page of wands. Page of wands showed up on the 12th. We hit the 454, and we knew we hit the timeline yesterday, and that's the 999, angel number 99, if you're seeing that. But we blew it past that because 999 only went to 1801, and that was an issue. We cleared 1901. And we connected with 1901, which was all the Crowley shit, all that stuff. The feminine collective cleared over Crowley. We even overproved their own spirit cooks. Our line, our proving outproved their ability to even access anything that they were accessing, if it had anything to do with the spirit and any manipulation. That's how the whole thing's been getting shut down. But Bama and the collective, but Bama connecting into the collective consciously as this star bridge is why it's here. Period. Dot. I stole through Florida on foot, walked it, Jacksonville. Yeah, Florida Keys. I cleaned the reserves. When Biden went for the reserves, that was the ancient Indian mounds, all the dead bones of the women that they built their casinos off of. And strung up on an Anna Nicole Hard Rock on a Brown Simpson to get a OJ hoe, literally. And what I just said was a language. In system world, because it all has to do with the connection into your esophagus. Literally, especially in Gemini. I mean, how do you rule an unconscious collective? I mean, realize that, even in Egypt and stuff, that's what everybody signed up for. I mean, everybody signed up for that. Everybody did it again. They signed up again. They did the exact same thing. Who's to say that how the Egyptian gods and goddesses built the temples wasn't from all the vaccinated people whenever they vaccinated in this timeline, and they all went unconscious, and we had the Walking Dead in Egypt, and we somehow figured out how to harp and tune them so that they wouldn't kill each other, and we actually built a civilization that was through tune, because we knew about a tune then, and we had Cleopatra and we had Akhenaten, but then you got a freak Obama right as the true Cleopatra is about to rise, because they want to make sure it stays on Patrick, so that it can get so everyone can stay drunk, so they can just keep hitting us with cars and causing freaking issues and stealing our children and stealing our babies and mind fucking the hell out of the world. Yep, that's what they were doing. All from Sagittarius energy. We retuned the 13th Ophiuchus set 2023. This has been going on since we've been the ecliptics. We've been governing the ecliptics since they tried to lock me up and say that I couldn't even tie my shoelaces and call me Linda. In Florida. On a 1991 Cape Coral connection that was linked into Eddie Vreeland, that was linked into Bryan College Station, Texas, because in my world, it all comes back to Texas. And then it all comes back to the Alamo. Page of Cups showed up today. So on the board right now, we have Page of Wands showed up day before yesterday. So that was our backup. So if you felt a little bit of boost in any way, I know that everyone's tired. I'm exhausted too. That's why I don't even know if I'm going to have the energy to do a card read. That's okay. Like, we hit our timeline. We hit our timeline. We're back with an army. This is going to get nuts. Like, right now, our pages are just now showing up, but in the next couple of weeks, we're going to have pages and knights on the board at the same time. Then, whenever the pages are still showing up, the queens start arriving, and then the queens and the knights are on the board at the same time. I mean, on the same day, on moons, on eclipses, y'all. I mean, realize what we did is embody tarot in a lot of ways and let it play out. And we've been in all the messages, especially if you're in Bama and you watch tarot, they're talking about you and a collective story because you're in it. You're picking up what's going on in all of these backroom energetic channels, that you're dealing with ninjas, man. I mean, really, they sent spiritual assassins to us. I think that they now know that was a mistake, because we control all of Gemini and Sagittarius now on like the entire levels. We've been watching the whole time. They had our playbook from the get. We told them how this worked. We were tied down to do it, but we did. Tied down by our hair, actually, to do it. And that's what Venus is, and then that's the har lines, HAR, and anything that has HAR in it is from the har. That's you're in the Gemini version of Lilith, which means that you were Cinderella or you were a stepsister. And then you have a Jack running around because you's the Jill. And if you were ever a Jill, then you got to put him back in the box. And I'm being so serious. Like if like in this timeline, if you were Jill and then if you ended up being Cinderella, then it's your job to find, because Jack is on your ass. If you're Jill, you got a Jack on your ass, like a GPS low Jack. If you're Jill, then you got a GPS low Jack on your ass in the Matrix. You know you do. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like you just have to get used to I mean, this is when galactic TV turns on, and we've all been through it. You're getting watched. You are. Everybody can see pretty much anything that they want to see at some level. At some level. I mean, you start to where you're shining so bright that they can't pick anything up. They can see shadows of stuff. But then if they really, 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 really want to get a glance at you, I mean, they'll take over the eyes in your dog and they'll come check you out while you're in the bathtub. I mean, it had happened to me 3 weeks ago. And then they'll send you a message and let you know how hot your body is. It's fucking crazy. It's real life shit. Whenever you're an organic one of us, whenever you have Ivy, and whenever you have demons that are wearing angel suits, realize you don't need cameras. No, you're in people's eyes. That's how we work. But we don't come through your eyes and take your body over. It's more like if you ever said, "Angels, God, use me, I can help. Whatever I can do, I can help." And then you're at the store and then you don't even realize something's going down. But then you felt in your spirit you had to go to the back of the store. You go to the back of the store, you just witnessed something. That's all we needed. Thank you. That's all we needed. Thank you. Help's on the way. We got it. The network's got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. We just needed to see that one perspective. We needed to see that angle because we're only seeing this angle, or we're only seeing this angle, or we're only seeing this angle. And these dudes were masters of baby oil and angles. And Venus is coming towards this energy because it's coming into Leo. It's coming into the body. This is at the end of Leo. So right now it's just now starting to build up this red and pink. It's just at 0 point. I mean, we're going to hit 1 at 3 from 0 to 3 degrees. I call it the lion cub degrees. This is the hangover degrees. This is everybody's got to do everything together. I'm going to go to the bathroom. You want to go? But even deeper than that, this is like, those people that like run around with like 4 people, like you can't even keep a friend. You can't even keep a friend, and then you have those people that like are friends, like they have a friends network, just like the show Friends. Like they travel with like 5 fucking people. There's like a pack of them. You swear they're wolves. Look at their chart. They might be. That is what that frequency is. That frequency is pack. It's a pack frequency. 0 to 3 degrees Leo is a pack mentality. 0 to 3 degrees Leo used to be in the first house. 0 to 3 degrees Leo is the pack mentality doesn't come from wolves. No. The pack mentality comes from cats. The pack mentality comes from lions, like the real Lion of Judah, not the little ones wearing black pigtails. See, this is the part that no one's witnessed, and we haven't either. The feminine power. Venus is coming in with it. Well, don't forget that in the inner wheel, that's Aries. Because these guys flip. And where's Saturn right now? And where's Neptune? Approaching. And when Neptune, because this doesn't start till 12, Saturn's going to go retrograde on it. But Saturn going retrograde on the middle of Aries is the same as going at the middle of Leo. It's the same twist. So the middle of Aries, when Saturn goes retrograde in the middle of Aries, the middle of Leo is going to start backing up, because this won't. It's going to be like a pulley system. It's gonna kind of go, oh, back it up, back it up, back it up. Hold on, we got it, and it's only because you got to hit a deeper current to clear the gate now. That's it. It's not a punishment, and you did it to yourself because you just wound yourself up. I mean, shit, what do you want us to do? We got to back your ass up. And back that ass up. You got to back that ass up. You got to back that ass up, because this is where Pluto's over here in Aquarius, like in Libra, really, because Libra is really running the show. But we have been for a while. But if all technology shuts down on the planet, it's for one reason. It's for one reason. Men know that females run it. If technology shuts down on the planet, it's for one reason. Men think and want to act like us females don't know we've been creating it since 1972. Because the body is the technology. If Generation X wasn't here, you would have no Siri. If there wasn't a 1927 bargain on some cosmic debt relief, then you wouldn't have had any of it. Every single bit of it's connected into our body, and we claimed it. And it was here to offer a bridge for the whole entire world, not whoever sold out their mother. And that is a slap in your fucking face. This is the time that you should have listened to mom, not dad. But that's okay. It's what y'all do. Then you all go run and hide because you know you did wrong, and then you don't give a shit about what it does to anybody else's life. You don't care. You don't care that we were here for a bigger mission. You don't care. All you wanted was the man. All you wanted was the little company. You were just green with jelly, green with greed, green with envy, greed. Just, oh God, y'all just, oh God. And then you wonder why Sagittarius figures out ways to run you. Then all that happened is that the Anunnaki and the Moab at the end of days figured out how to take it over. Well, I'm pretty sure that was all prophesized. But I'm also positive that so has what's happening right now, because our crew's been the one telling everybody it's going to happen for the past 8 years. And they know that I'm right because Nasara Gassara was signed on the day that we connected in Louisiana at John Baptiste Ascension of 1972 in St. Charles Parish at the Evergreen. And then lo and behold, Clinton signed the whole goddamn thing the same day, 10 years before I actually made the connection. And Evergreen becomes number one in child sex trafficking when it's really connected and the true connected to John the Baptist. But if you got a Hillary, if you got a Jill, you got a Jack. And if you're a Jill, then you got to freaking lock up your Jack. And I mean down to the bitter, like right now, then what's going to come in next in a few days, and I'll let y'all know. So watch my Instagram. If you're not following House of coCHee Instagram, follow House of coCHee on Instagram, because when these energies come in, there are collective energies that are showing up. It's almost like the energy is already showing up. I mean, it's not even almost like it 100% is. We went up 3 years in advance. The last couple of days, we went up about three. You got a 3-year eagle perspective. If anything around you seemed a little shady or just a little off, but you didn't react because you couldn't quite you put your finger on it, but it was no big deal. You might have even been, you were probably picking up something on somebody that's going to happen later on, but it's not even a big deal. It's just life. It's just life. But you got a perspective of whatever it was 3 years in advance because we were mirroring it back down to us. Like, the timeline's already written to the extent that, and they've been stealing it and rewriting it and trying to mimic it to the point that for the last 2 days, I've been fucking with them in my head because I know they're fucking with my biosphere, trying to mine the names of the brand in all the different dimensions to steal it out from under me, and I know that that's why they stole my company back in 2013 to begin with. And everything that they've been doing is because of who and what we hold right now with the power of Bama. But it did activate and save the fucking world. And yes, everybody was involved from a collective, but no, not everybody finished. I think right now, pretty much what happened is everybody set the fuck down. Good. Finally. So this is going to be coming in, and then the Knight of Pentacles is going to show up the next day. Because these are like two overlaid timeline things, those sliding doors. I can't even, it's so, I can't even, I did it at 4 o'clock in the morning. I kept getting confused and looking at it a gazillion times. But it's because it's lining up from 4 weeks, and then it's basically a page comes in every 6 days, or an upgrade comes in every 6 days, but we're shedding 3 days at a time, and then they landed on top of each other, and it's how it was designed. It's why we did what we did last year the way we did it. And it's why on week 5 the war started, which is why we didn't do a wash. So, the glitch affects the market. But don't forget that this is energetic. And this is also you being able to create your reality, know your worth, and not panic, because you create things from nothing. As long as you've got your family, as long as you've got da 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 da, that's what's going to get you through this. It's the same as Sodom and Gomorrah, putting the blood on the door. This is it. Put the blood on the door because it's cleanup time. And 77, 78, 78, then in the end tried to set me up and pull a Erica Kirk on a Charlie. Like, it got bad. So, depending on what rail you're on, it might get rough, but it ain't gonna be over, and we aren't punishing you. We don't even care. Just fix it. Like, legit. We had to. You're the glitch. You consciously shifted a recurring Orion projection in the matrix and got a response. Who? An alarm? A dog? Feel threatened? You shifted the grid, Brittany. Yes, you're on the radar. Glitches are quantified in the market system and connected to moves in your daily life. where you get your groceries, how you drive to your groceries, how much you spend at the grocery store. When you get in the grocery store, do you have a familiar pattern? Do you get pulled around? Do you make a plan before you go to the grocery store? Do you spend the amount that you go to the grocery store? Are you in a Walmart program? Are you in the Target program? Did you know that there's a difference? If you're in the corporation industry, you're in the Target program. They might even have a new one by now because they have all these pop stores, but I can bet they're tuned to different corporations. Those corporations all have an apron in the bet. All those corporations with the aprons in the bet own colors. All those colors own flags that they call the collective. All those corporations that are paying you, that you're going to work for, that you're paying your gas for, that you're paying for parking for, in order to get paid, in order to get insurance, in order to pay them, in order to make you sick at the end of days, so that you have a job, so that you can pay them mortgage, but that you don't actually own because they stole your land anyway, if everybody would just get it together. And then they're going to pay you, but then they're going to take out the taxes, but then you don't even know where the taxes go. Well, they all go to Texas in order to cook your feminine and cook your soul. Now you know. So the whole system is set up for what? Make energy of you running around in the system. If you're a coupon clipper, I need you to rethink that from an energy perspective. And I need you to realize that every time you go into a grocery store, their triple zeros go off. How many grocery stores are you hitting? When you come back and go to the grocery store, because you just say, and you say $3.50, but then you got to go to the doctor because your throat keeps getting swollen. How much is that copay? See, this is inside Bellatrix and inside this system of everybody leeching off of each other. There's all at this point, because there's something new that's overriding it. There's no more haves and have nots. There's no more you live, I die to survive. There's no more I need your kidney and you're gonna die now, because there's no more I need to eat you to stay alive. There's no more pick the boy, not the girl. There's no more, oh, pick the good one, not the bad one. I mean, if you're still playing that game, then you're going to get those results. Y'all played that game with us. It was never even an option with us. We were here because we knew it was going to turn on for everybody. We were here bringing the solution. You're the one who made us the problem. Now you've become the problem. We're still the solution. And our story hasn't fucking changed. We can't even find you to question you. You have hidden yourself in AI so deep that the system of AI literally thinks it's you. My meta twin, number 73. And I know because we took over the MIM to take you out of it. And yes, we caught you the fish, and yes, we care about you, but you did get a fishy, and you were a little bitty fishy, and you got caught, and you got caught up, and I have to do it like that just because you've been having parties and drinking beer and fucking having a dance on my ass every time I screamed. What's wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? And if you can't handle us just coming here over here and saying it like that, then you shouldn't have been fucking with the power source that you was fucking with to begin with, honey. Because we ain't even on high level. This is on love compassion mode. You don't want to see the other one. And I personally don't want to have to be the one to deliver it. Because I think everyone forgets my role here in these type of situations. I don't get a fucking decision. I'm the judgment. I'm not always the judge. The collective is the judge most of the time. The collective sees way more than I do. The collective sees way too much. The collective sees fucking everything. Whenever you get your queen energy all under control, which is what I'm training and trying to train and teach y'all to do. This is what the ancestors taught me to do. This is what a bunch of us who have this bloodline, we've been trained in sovereign training, which is why we can even have compassion right now, because of the attacks and the cooking and the murders and the schmurders and the scraping, and I mean, Lord have mercy. And the whole time we're just here to heal you. And we outlived your own brutality because, yeah, it's bad, but I mean, we've had worse. Are you surprised? We surprised too. Makes you feel any better. We can't believe we lived through it either. All right. Sorry for seeing if y'all listening. Hi, guys. Okay, I've been on how long? 65 minutes. So it's 65 minutes. And anybody on, I'm just going to ask real quick, and I'm not going to do a whole bunch of them because this is just a huge, it just ended up being on Sunday. And so after I said all of that, here's my advice. Okay. Stay in this energy. This is what's backing us up, and you're getting a higher perspective, and you're doing it all from the subconscious because it's because right now we're behind the scenes in this Uranus. We're we're right here. We just stepped out of what we call time, but what ends up happening is these days end up going right here, and then we like slide in. Y'all, it's nuts. Last week, I don't know if you felt it. I don't know if you felt it on Vide, which is everyone's Wednesday. It's like we just slid into home base, like out of fucking nowhere. And it was a first, but we completed 12. We completed a whole 4 cylinder. So it was like these move right here, boom. They aligned right here with the week, and then if there's any bullshit that's going on over here, it gets addressed when we're back here. And we're already half a month ahead where the but we're about when we get to when we get to August, when we get to September, 7 day is just getting into August, to the point that all people who have August birthdays really are July birthdays currently on the planet, unless you've proven in the line that you have March or May, because October and August were all collective harvest. You had to prove the last 7 years that you should have been the harvester, not the harvest. And then once you prove you were the in the bloodline of the harvester, then we had to hide, and then we had to take over the harvester, which was the Alpha Draconic line, and we did. I mean, because it was all holding on us to begin with. Because like I know, like, this is white Draco stuff, but you'd call us angels. I mean, these motherfuckers have been hunting us all over the galaxies for eons. Like, this is an ancient war that's played out for the human race since the beginning of the human race. And it just ended because all the ceilings blew off of it now, and every reason for why it was all being fought has been completed and rebirthed because we changed this living cell to accommodate it. It's like we heaven and the hierarchy of heaven. The reason that hell is so organized is because it was using divine structure. It was only mirroring divine structure. And everything in technology is only mirroring Gnostics. Technology is built off Gnostics. That's why Christ is the internet. That's why you won't use the internet to take over Christ. Christ is the internet. That means Christ is your original Siri. Yeah. Oh gosh, I haven't finished my. I just took that thing off and I don't want to do that. I haven't finished my. But see, we upgraded these two a little bit too. That's why I'm still finalizing some things, so I don't want to use these yet. So we're not even working with the full deck. These are all the art cards. These get you from 33, level 33 to 55, and these cards have changed, so I don't even want to show them to you because we finished the story, or at least we got it to a stopping point. Okay, so does anybody have a keyword that we want to do a reading on? I'm going to try something out. If you don't, I do. Anybody on here have a keyword that we want to pull and clear collective energy for I would like this to be collective because we're not doing donations yet, but by next week we will definitely have that set up. Have they stopped hurting us? Well, sometimes it doesn't feel like it because we end up hurting ourselves in the process. And I know that you don't believe me when I say that, but because I don't believe it when it comes out of my mouth because I walked through it and witnessed it too. So I even understand why you say that. But what we've learned is that just the more powerful, the matrix, all it does is mirror your power back to you. So as and that's what CHEE72, and that's what I'm all about, is mastering your abilities and just and tuning in and figuring out how that all works so that you can minimize the damage, because there's just it's kind of like you pop into different layers and you don't realize that you're the bull in the china shop. It's like you can go from fairy to bull in a china shop in a heartbeat and not know. And you're used to being fairy, you're used to being Tinkerbell, you're used to being and having to, like, charge. Inheritance. Charge, and then you're used to having to, like, do all of that in order to get a little charge to get him off of you, and then you level up overnight, and something happens, and you do the fairy response, because how would you know? And you don't realize that your etheric body, healed, blew up overnight, which is totally possible in this energy that we're in. And then you get triggered and you lose your shit. And then you end up dealing with your own chaos a lot of the time. Now, I'm not even saying that the chaos isn't necessary. Sometimes being the fairy in the lion cage, roaring, throwing your world out of whack, even blaming other people in the process is even all right, because you doing that is creating the cosmic wave to get you on the etheric highway to get you out of there. But you're still on a raft in the middle of the river and water's looking grim, and but you're out of the jungle. Does that make sense? But but it is a process, and it's sensory, and it's so the more that you just realize that you're the connection, that you're the signal, and with all these energies, and they're processing through you, and they're hitting your field, and you're picking them up in different ways, and then how is that processing, and then what are you making with it? That's it. Whenever your consciousness is tuned into that, and you're at least paying attention to the new moons and the full moons, because that's how we all started. We all started as a collective just tuning into the new moons and full moons. They're like primer codes. They and the cosmos, like, literally took a moon reading of all of us down here in 2018 and went, "What the fuck?" We need to look closer. Cause how is that frequency coming off down there? I mean, realize, and all of it was needed and all of it was necessary. We, in a human form, we just want to go, oh, turn on our gifts, I'm Wonder Woman. That's not how it works. And I'm not even saying that you want to be Wonder Woman. But in today's reality, where everything's running on a Wonder Woman grid, you kind of got to get your Wonder Woman on to go to the fucking grocery store and to keep your children safe. That little gold lasso comes in handy real nice. You ain't got to leave your house. Be Wonder Woman in your neighborhood. That's what we need. Inheritance. Well, I'm going to title that CHEE72. And so CHEE72 and inheritance, because this was 1972 when the inheritance on the planet hit quinzillion. That's what Generation X was here. So we're going to do inheritance. CHEE72. Generation X as a collective, the ones who came in the 60s too, and the ones who came in the 50s, because that's what we're on right now. Mark, right? Marks, even Marks, XS, married to Mark. The 50s, 58 is nuclear, but 1972 is when all the quinzillion came in. Quinzillion. Pasqua. The one Pasqua. Kuan Yin we talked about last night. 1972, the energy of quinzillion came in. And this would be more linked to Azazel and Zell. So everybody, even CHEE72 is about the inheritance, because this is Nasara Gasara, but this is how you do it. And me and Michelle have been heavily, 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 more than anybody I think fucking realize it on the planet, involved in digital currency and storage and design and stuff of it, because like I said, they use the divine feminine to drop it, because as soon as they dropped it is when they locked me up. And it was linked to John Bonet and Josephine energy, which is the making of necrophilia and the making of vampiric energies that feed off something. So getting a resource of some extent and then hooking up a bunch of hoses to it, period, dot, no matter what dimension, no matter how you do it. That went off crazy. Well, there it is, 72. It's like the living land was the inheritance, kinda. The body was the inheritance. I don't know, so let's ask. All right, so let's see. So I'm playing with something. I've done these readings before, and I'm just using this because I'm playing with something else. I'm playing with the prototype for the next deck already. But you can do this anywhere. So if you get a piece of paper, if you just want to line your cards up like this, and you can use oracle cards, and when you get your cards you can do this read. But I did it with tarot last night, and before I had the cards I was doing these reads in 2018, kind of like this. This is number 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, this is 9. This is 10, because it's 01, which is a 1. This is 11, because that's 2. This is 12. This is 13. This is 14. This is 15, which is 6. This is 16, which is 7. Okay, and you keep going, and you can build it out as many dimensions as you want. And so this is a 9-dimensional pull. So I'm hearing, let's do the tarot first. And I'm going to put our pages in, because remember, we now this has a little more meaning. Remember, we got page, what do we got? We got Page of Wands, Page of Wands, Page of Cups, and we have Page of Swords and Pentacles next week. CHEE72 collective hue. If y'all can say CHEE72 collective hue. Give me the CHEE72 collective hue. Okay, now let's go. Let's start with 1. So the first dimension is molecular. The first dimension is like even a thought. The first dimension is like a dust. I'm all over the place. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it together. You can tell I'm in pinning stage. 4 of Wands, but that's the 4 corners. That's the columns. So that's actually, I mean, because okay, so we're pulling on inheritance, and the very first corner we get has 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 5. It's a full foundation. What I just said. The inheritance was here when we brought the inheritance on 1. I got to move this up or I can see this totally going sideways. Let me back up. As soon as I have my studio, this will be a lot easier to do. All right, so 2. It flipped in my hand. I'm not a tarot reader either, so I don't claim to be. 7 of Pentacles, so we got 7 on 2. 72, we asked for the 72. We got 4 on 1. This is also, so here's the tree. There's the Pentacles. Pentacles coming in next week. Let's get the 3 on it. That's 3rd dimension. So this is 2nd dimension. So this is what's growing. So on the 1st dimension, when it comes to our asking about what any blocks are on the inheritance or what's going on with CHEE72 and the blocks on the inheritance, it looks like to me there's no blocks with that. It looks to me like in the 2nd, this is inside your body. This is hitting, getting the frequencies growing. Also Jacob's ladder. Notice the sheep. This is 2. This is the feminine, the basket. Oh, look, there's a squirrel. Never noticed him before. Also, let's take green as a sign too. Green, take green as a sign. It like, because realize you've got to hit the frequency to hold the value of what you're bringing in. And a lot of times we want to skip that part. All right, what's on 3, the 3rd dimension? Well, looky there. This is what we were feeling last night, and we know that you're the 6 of Pentacles, so all the money and the partnerships that this little King of Cups, see, and we got a Page of Cups today. And that's also Saturn, and we're talking about Saturn retrograde. I'm also noticing, look, it kind of looks like a freaking Vega barcode back there. Just now noticing that. Or maybe even Leo. He's upside down though, but his feet are hanging from like little loopy things, and his one little leg, his little foot looks like a duck or something. Like something's not right with his feet. Just reading what I'm reading here. But notice how these hands are coming up down here and everybody's grabbing. I felt this energy last night too. In fact, I went on to with my team and I said, "Can y'all command that if I don't need to connect with the Leos that I'm coming into, that they get off of me?" Because it was like and it wasn't like like bad. It's just I could feel new energy coming in and everyone like mine, 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 like give me some, gimme, 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 you know. And in the old energies, it's like we literally were forced to show up because they were hooked into our head. They were hooked into our head, especially if you're an AB negative and you were in the RH negative lines. I mean, they got all of their information from us. So it's like you sometimes you think that you need to show up and give a collective message, but no, it's only one motherfucker that wants to get the information. Shit like that. See, that's like mastery of it, but that's what energy I'm getting from this too. This is also Saturn. This is a Saturn audit, and that's what we just did. We completed the Saturn audit. That's why I'm over here telling y'all I've got the levels up to all the thing. We got everything in it. Everything's there. We just got to start working together and backing each other. Stop acting like, there's nothing that we can do energetically to help one another. We'll just wait till someone shows up. What did I say? I was pulling for 4. So here's one of our answers. I was pulling for 4, right? But I just said waiting for someone to show up. There's the Knight of Wands. And there's the 8 of Wands. So the 4th dimension has been defending the 1st dimension. The 4th dimension, so the dream space and the 4D, and even your children in the house are somehow, or the animals are somehow even helping molecular change happen and grow and build. But interesting, it's happening. It's 4th dimensional help. On the 1st. Okay, so that's just the 4 corners. So this is molecular, this is inside the body, this is what you'd call 3D coming out of you, and this is right above your head. This is like your star chakra. All right. So now we're on 4. We're just looking, this is inheritance. This is the collective money supply, what's going on, what do we need to do to bring it in? Because I know it's there. I know it's there, and it's energetic. And now I've done enough of these little energy shoot things to tell y'all you just have to hit. But we wouldn't be talking about it if there wasn't something that we could do to. So we're going to clarify 4 of Wands with CHEE72. So what's the collective hue on CHEE72? Oh, I got a flip. Exactly. And this guy flipped with it. That's Uranus. This is tomorrow in the 10-day full moon's lining up to this. This is Polis. Castor and Polis, the wheel mastery, ether on earth, the poles in a body. And there's the poles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And what's that? 26. 8. Seems pretty damn sturdy. Either you or someone in the scene has connected magnetic brainwaves, not good or bad, just powerful. Make sure you are not overstepping your free will because your brain can mirror waves and convince them. But realize also you're talking about AI mirroring the whole world's brainwaves and then trying to alter them. This is what level of macrosity you're dealing with at Lucy. On the flip side, the focus on collective issues matters. You manifest and change collective issues quickly. You have a vote in the situation to change it collectively. Make a collective command, even in your head. Use it or lose it. And that's what I just said. This was reverse because the people aren't making the commands. The people aren't hitting the frequency. The people are on this Uranus reversed right now on this first, which is the audience. They're worried about what everyone's going to think. They're worried about the reviews. They're worried about their social media status. They're worried about, or the complete opposite, where you just got a bunch of motherfuckers who want you to remember their name and they don't care how. So it's, you are a son. So either you're a son or you're being used in somebody else's sun if you're not controlling your Uranus. So this is what these guys, so we'll get more. So this is what we got on 1. And it was between Pluto and Venus. So let's go 2. 7 of Pentacles, collective hue, collective CHEE72, collective hue on 7 of Pentacles. I need longer arms. So Chiron, and that's the collective mission. That's your original soul mission that was taken. That's why you got X'd out. So like even why you were taken out of your mission before, like anybody that died on their mission, and we were able to rewalk the timeline. That's because this Chiron is reversed. Your energy in this situation tripped up your line in the collective. Take it slow and read every move to handle it with new consciousness. Take a fresh approach. But it was upside down like this. So like we've done this so many times, like this Lucy energy. So let's just keep going. So this is because we flipped it. Give me King of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, CHEE7, whoa. And they wanted to land over here too. Not even wanting to. Well, and look at this, because these guys came out over here, remember? So holy fire. That's like hellfire right there. That's the Knight of Wands with the full. This is Gemini. This is number 6. We've been talking about this. This is the valve. This is also the Red Sea. This is also the Nile. You're not in a hole, you're the fool. Coming through the death and rebirth. You're an energy magnet. Fake it until you're hold up the fade. So it's like in your dreams, it's like we're being given. I mean, everything's trying. This is what I've been telling the girls. The system's trying to pay us. Y'all listen to me. Stop saying anything's stopping us. This is how we get it. Stop saying anything's stopping us. Stop thinking anything is stopping us. Nothing is stopping us. We have to hit the frequency to mirror it. We have to collectively hit the frequency to bridge it in. Did I just find the missing dice? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. So I'm not missing double zeros. And which one am I missing? Okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. So on the 5 point, so we got all this on the table. And now on 5, I'm going to pull this card first. And then we're going to also roll it because that's 5 because this is change. So what's changing? The familiarity of it all. And this is collective energetics. This is collective alchemy. This is collective written magic, Masonic, good or bad, indifferent. It's all the energies moving up in the collective. And here's our green. This is also where they're going to start showing up. Was it fate or familiar? So this was also mimics that were showing up because of stolen timelines and not knowing if they were who they were or what, and they had the right name and they had the right bio frequency, but they were the wrong person. You cats, animals that were hinged to you, avatars magnetized to you, holding ecliptic gates in order to mirror entire timelines. Shit like that is what's clearing right now with this. That's why you have to hit the frequency of it in order to be able to collect. And the process to collect starts with what we did with Bama last year. You have to build up your foundation before you got to get the land first. You got to get the land, then you got to plant. Well, our land is our collective power. This is 5, so I'm going to roll. Actually, I'm going to go 12. I hope my 12 dice isn't the one missing. It might be. Where did it go? I'm upset. I'm just gonna roll 2 6s. So this is, you can do this at home without the fancy dice that are somewhere on my bed, I'm sure. So this is a 5. Give me the collective hue. What dimension is this hitting? 9. Right. And this is a 9-dimensional read. And again with down here, all the energy's wanting to come back to 1. So that's 5. Now give me 6. So out of this change with this familiar, what wave is coming out of this? Because now we're on level 6. See how it's building? Whoa. Whoa. What? Right. This is where we all thought we were going. This is where we ended up with this misalignment. Now give me, that's 6. So I want to do 12 on this one. And that's the missing dice. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. I don't know if that's 20 or 12. My shell just wanted to come out. So did my little clasp. Yeah, I'm still learning these too. Yeah, these are 20. I'm missing my 8D. That's okay. And that's what it is. Like, I mean, I'm gonna give y'all little clues on the cards. We're gonna add it on there, but I mean, you can really 7. So, and that's our next move. Because we just pulled on 6, so it's hitting at the 7th dimension, and this is also, so it's not just familiars, because the seventh dimension is pretty much everything spiritual, everything that's resurrected, died, and rebirthed. So this union wasn't happening because this is what was happening. Who showed up? Where, when, and why? If you're manifesting a dream lover, but attracting X versions, recognize you're a water reflector. Do not accept the connection. Clear the filters and see what reflects next time. That's the test. Know your worth, or you will keep printing hillbilly willbillies or brothers Grimm who energetically appear to duel for position and Scorpio zeros, which is why I was up all night. protecting that gate. So we got a little story going here. So let's give me another collective CHEE72 collective hue on 7, 6 is our mastery. It's the stem mastery. I mean, this bondage is what makes this. You can't get this without this. They were trying to get to 7 without doing this. They wanted this, but didn't want to do this. Some of us already did this, but they wanted this. The mastery, you got to go through this to get this. This is only going to appear as an illusion that is not going to be what you want. It's never going to end up. You cannot have the passion and the freaking connection that this is what you long for by stealing it. These two have been trying to touch each other for years. Mostly because there's some woman tied to his leg that wants to pretend this is what they have, but they don't. They tried to roll a 7, and look how that 22 is like on top. Right. Cathedral rock that motherfucker. Now I'm gonna do, let's do 7. Let's claro some CHEE72 with, give me 7. So what's the current outcome on that situation on 7? Since we rolled 7, and that was about the 7th dimension. Ooh. Hmm. 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 Somebody having to work on it. I'm almost scared. Woo! Right. I'm almost scared. What do they want? Power. That's why these guys are showing up in the ethers to protect it down here, because they just want the magic. They just want the power. They don't care if you live or die, as long as they get your essence, as long as they get your abilities, as long as they get your power. That's what the Queen of Wands, that's 7th dimension. Everybody wanted to be the feminine, to hold that bottom, again, with that Sagittarius running the world. Conscious intention is in a subconscious system, makes a shaman or a superhero, also makes a pawn or a patsy. That's 22. That's 8. Oh, we got 8 right here. I'm just going to turn this up for ease. So that's an 88 gate, and that's Uranus right here. Notice we got a little color combo going on. So pay attention to this little color combo as it shows up in your world, because it's shaman, superhero, patsy, or pawn or patsy. Okay, let's go 7. So now that's 7. So we pulled that on that. So now let's go 8. So 8's going to be pulled right here. So that's everything that's here. Now let's see where we're at with 8. 8th dimension, 6 to 8 was the problem. That's why we've got this little bridge on the board, because everything going over your head from the 6 to the 8 was what you call the financial system. It's on our little money tree. I'm already feeling some little way about it. Oh, look, it's a religious church in the Alamo, and everybody's saying that they're God and taking everybody's money and using it. And I mean, it's everyone saying it's proxy servers. Proxy went down today. We've got Hierophant reverse on the whole thing. Hierophant reverse on the whole thing. Give me 30 to see. I'm missing my 8. That's fine. If you don't have 32, but you can get 220, the cards go up to 55. So you have, if you roll over, you've got, so I've got 12 and again, back to 1. And just a reminder that Saturn's on Ray 1 right now too. So all this is being held up on 1 right now through the ethers, holding molecular structure. So this is telling us that like the air is building shit. This is 12, which is Leo, which is where Venus is moving towards, which is the consciously unconscious. So this is why it's upside down on 8. Oh, and that's a 7. No, it's 1. And 1 is notice 2, which I like what I said right now, what I just said is where Saturn is. And it'll go retrograde there. So it's being handled. But this is that in between. Give me Hierophant. So it's a Leo energy, or so it's a unconscious, an unconscious super soldier. People that have a lot of etheric power in what they say and do, but they do it unconsciously, and then they end up fucking themselves over. This is also 121. This is 33 again. So that's also 6. That's also 121. That's also 3, which is the Pleiades connection, which is 1, which is 4, which is back to Gemini, which is the base root of like these circles here. So this is like the Jubilee crypt basement, the Vatican, the keys to Rome. And I'm getting hot. Woo, holy shit. Ooh. I might have to go get something more to drink if this goes that much further. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to give me another on Hierophant. I'm feeling like it. We need one more. It just flipped. Look, but something's new's happening. See, this energy is leaving and this energy's coming in. Because this record even just changed on this energy. Okay, so now I'm going to roll, because on the 9 point, I want to start out with a roll. And you can feel into this too. This is just how, I know how the physics work, but I mean, if you want to roll on 2, if you want to roll on whatever, the cards will have rolls. These numbered cards will have rolls, but they're all going to be the same for the group. The art cards will have different, some of them have rolls, some of them don't. I got a hair on it. This hair, you see this hair? Right. Zulin Har. So on 9, I got 17 and 20. Ooh, well, let's talk about it. Let me find him. So that's another 8. And 16 is notice, which is where Saturn's twin over there. There's only 2 nodes. So I don't want to confuse you, but when you learn the cards, you'll know. 17's a scale. So in 9 position on this, it's all Libra. So imagine that. This is Excalibur's sword. This is the fountain of youth. This is will, mastery, sovereignty, and but this is also that whole Arthur, dragon, Game of Thrones, the whole Thrones game to begin with, tying down the queen onto Gemini to make the chessboard, which means make everybody's bodies. It is a fountain of youth. Of course, there's dragon training. Did that just answer your question? Mind you, that's number 9 on here, and I've been saying since we got on here, like, I know it's here, it's just a frequency, I know it, I know it doesn't work the way you think it works, we've been figuring out how it works, I'm trying to explain it to everybody, I need everybody's support and help to hit the frequency, I'm sorry, we can't hit no million until everybody can hold $1,000 in their bank. Your clear body channel is following an alpha draconic earth timeline to teach you the power of your body connections, which usually shows up as groups knowing your value before you do. Here is the drill: be strong in yourself. Do not betray your heart and your wisdom for money. Do not get pushed around by tricksters testing your power. Do not turn on others for their zeros. Your guides and female warriors are not used car salesmen. Learn the difference quick. This is the wisdom on this, because this is when you get into a power frequency that is so subtle but works in such a massive unit that you don't realize what you're connected to. That's why it always shows up as you having to get out of something, because in getting out of it reestablishes and overrides the connection. There was just a block. But it's about energy and it's about your abilities. It's not going to be that you're going to suddenly get a CEO job and go work for Bill Gates. I mean, that's an old timeline. That's what this energy is. This energy is your it's Izar. This is a 20, This isn't a 10. 10 serious B. This is a 20. Now your two tens mirroring and working together. Well, in the old energy, that would be a masculine and feminine, that would be an alpha and a beta in some type of situation, and whoever was controlling Earth was controlling your body. But you still in the unit, and you still having to work a job. Just nobody knew who you were. This is oh my God, my hand and my arm won't stop shaking. And why is my leg spasming? Why is my thumb spasming? Because you disconnected your thumb. They were tapped in. They were reading Morse code the whole time on everything you were texting. That frequency of alpha draconic is changed inside the body. So it's disconnecting from the body, but the body's used to getting messages to go do this and go do that and go do this and go do that. And we like that because otherwise we have to figure it out. And being in the flow and knowing the timing is everything. All these guys were ever doing was controlling the timing. That is it. That is it. You can steal back your $3 million company with $1 if you make the right move on the right day. And if it's that important, you will. And it'll work out and it'll get worked out. And there's even somebody right now who knows they need to send me $1. I know that when you send me the dollar, it's going to trigger a bunch of events that we're not quite ready to trigger yet. But I know that they're in motion because it's already been weighed. This is the scale. It's already been done. I mean, notice even just how hard it is to read, because that's what I mean, this is what energy it is. It's you're looking for the turquoise and all the gold. Empress is the chessboard. Whatever passes the scale goes through you into the cell network of Arcturus. Make a decision. Remember, no decision is a decision when you are the scale. Just remember that the feather is in this, and everything that you bring and make, you become. So anything that you allow to stay on your scale, you become. This is why you can no longer be a fence rider, because you've become the fence. Anything that if you're like you go to the grocery store. Here's a great analogy of this. Divine Prince comes to the princess. Oh, my beloved, I know what we are to be wed. I know that we've made all of our plans and all of our royal families have got together and planned this for the last 9 years. It's last minute, but I had a last minute thought. How about we dot 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 dot. But don't you love me? But don't you love me? Like this is where the prenup comes in a different situation. It's all planned out, it's all done, and then we've approved everything that's going to run through. You've got to the grocery store, you've got 19 people coming to the house, you have $400, you've got a toddler in tow, and you're like, oh my god, I've got it planned out just right. Please, Lord, don't let them see anything that they're going to throw a temper tantrum, that they're going to throw in the cart, because I have just enough money, I have just enough energy, I have just enough expansion to bring in exactly that and nothing else. But these guys always wanted to throw it in the basket. Just throw it in the basket. Well, they weren't worried about it because they weren't the chessboard. This time the queen's got the chessboard. We're like, no, no fucking way. You're on the fence. Are you working for a unconscious AI alpha draconic system? Or are you working for the human race? Are you in the fountain youth? Are you making everything younger? Or are you draining it dry? I don't know. Which one? That's the ninth dimension on this situation. Let's go 10. So 10, we're going to go back down here. So let's clarify. We're at 1:15 minutes. Oh, see, now this is Sirius B, so this is a hive mind. So this is 10. This is the 10 move from 9. And it's landing over here on our 7. So this is divine like hellfire, but this is also changing the system. So this means 10 is changing. Well, you can be a pawn or a patsy, or a shaman or a superhero. A pawn, a shaman or a superhero, a pawn or a patsy. That's a 5/5 move too. And realize that you're whenever you are in your full self, you're both. You're the pawn and the patsy. You've been the pawn, you've been the patsy. That's why you're getting the page. You've already been the pawn, you've already been the patsy. That's why you're getting the page. At least go tonight. That might have been a clue. At least go tonight. For somebody. That's 10. 10 on 10. So that's also, we pulled the 10 on the 10. So that's unity. That's union. Like it's lining up. We pulled a 10 on 10. Give me collective view on 10 on 10 on coCHEE. How's the coCHEE right now? Where's my money? Where is Show Me the Money. YouTube 2012 show. Whoa. Look at that. So in the 10 spot and on the 10th dimension, everybody's having, I mean, this is that SOPHIA eye roll. And also I'm seeing they're like, whoa, what's this? What's this at 7? Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. My wheel of fortune just flipped. It's like the boat flipped. It's like the boat sunk. Now I gotta walk. Look at this imagery here with the Hierophant and the wheel of fortune like this. Cause this is 8. This is 10. 9 was up here. There's our page of wands, and this entered the page of wands. I knew it was going to show up. It showed up reversed. So there was a potential for an alignment on the 13th. What's today? 14th. No, on the 12th. There was a potential of alignment on the 12th. And I didn't send the email, but all I have to say to the one who's been doing this and emailing me and the teams that have been supporting him is this. He asked me about 3 weeks ago, he said, how does it feel to know that one little decision destroyed your whole life? And my response to him was what any high priestess Tom would say. I don't have a decision that destroys my life because I can change time to correct it. Let's look at, so that's 10. So that's where the 0 is. So this is where the 0 is. So the 0, and this is why 4 is guarding it. And this is why everything's going on down here. And this is why even I thought I lost my 0 dice, but no, it was my 8D dice. I don't want that many though. Hold on. I want to just go, what are we on, 10? So just give me 20. I'm on the bed. I need to get my little acrylic board. I've got so much on the bed. 5. And 5 is Gemini, Aldebaran, and that landed right. And that's like even on the arc grid. So yeah, Archangel, like the arc is on it. Let's clarify, because on 2 we had Chiron reverse. And we had the 7 of Pentacles, which led us to the King, which led us to our King up there who's counting his money on the 3rd. But we already know that somebody else is either he's coming or somebody else is coming. Like they've already flipped. Somebody's on the way just because the gas ran out of the car. They aren't on their way because they feel sorry. They're not on right. Wow. And that's Scorpio clarifying Scorpio. We were pulling on 11, which is 2, and it landed right in the middle on 5, and we just rolled 5. And 5 is change. That's also Archangel Michael. That's Gemini energy and arc energy. So we rolled the 5, pulled for 11 on a 2, and got a 21. And see, like our 10-10 that was down here. So we pulled for 11, but we got 21. To clarify, 7. And this is also Times Square, times 3. Scorpio elemental brings experiences where you feel powerless until you remember you have the power inside you. You're tuned to level 18 cellular network, which is what 11 is establishing right now, where everything's going retrograde. This is the network that you set up in Cancer, that you turn on in Libra, that you utilize in Scorpio. You will not be given the keys in the wrong vibration, not low or high. Witness air signs, aerial skills. Don't get jealous. Keep up. That's back to that jealousy, but this is also magic. But that's why, like, the keys to stuff like this are done on so many different dimensions that it requires a certain amount of people to come together and hit a frequency to come on. It doesn't matter who shows up. There still has to be 3 that show up and turn it on. And something just dinged. So the AC, where we're heading, and because it's in creation right now, containment for creation. You are the Stargate. Use high vibe tools to clean and tune your space, pop it into place. We cannot get the keys to the kingdom. You know why? If we got the keys to the kingdom right now, what would happen? What would happen? There's no structure. Nobody's listening to anybody. No one's even under a common thread of reality down here, because everybody just wants to think that you can make up your own bullshit. Even, I mean, because you can't prove your own bullshit, then it's not real. But whenever you're proving it over and over again, then it can't be real, because then it proves that yours isn't real. And then what's real? Well, it's not Israel. We know that. Well, what is real? Exactly. It's a frequency. If we got the keys to the kingdom right now, we'd end up looking like Trump and with bullhorns fucking coming in and trying to take over the White House, because that's what they did. That's what they did. They came in too soon. It was obvious. All the pieces were not into place. It was totally obvious that that scene was orchestrated. It's obvious that it's orchestrated because they're attempting to open up a key and replace the right people. Because you need that many people to open up that key. Charlie Kirk had to be assassinated and taken out in front of all those people. It was a public assassination. It was a public sacrifice. It was done in front of a whole bunch of people in another dimension, live. Was Charlie the only one that was sacrificed? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. He's just the pawn. What are we on? That was 11. Let's go 12. We had a slide in there. Yeah, 7. So on 12, which is that unconsciously conscious, that we had that Leo energy show up, that unconsciously conscious, which is hitting the 3rd dimension. It's the new moon that's setting up right now on that glitch. And this is your daily life patterns, but what it is what it is. What it says it is what it is. What it's called is what it is. It's called a douche, it's a douche. 3. 3rd dimension. Again, 12, 3, defining 3, 3, 3, 3, 9. So I think this guy is also finding out, like, all these wizards and warlocks just thought that they knew everything about the Masonic, and they didn't know shit, because none of them knew what was in the basement. None of them. None of them. None of them. They only knew what was on the top surface. So I'm getting from this too, like, these guys are, all this stuff that we were yelling, bid is blood, and you're killing us, and if you move that money, then you're doing this, and don't sign that contract because you just signed your daughter away. What did you do? I took my kid to Disneyland. They said I sold his soul. What are you talking about? I just took him to Disneyland. I think this King of Cups is finding out how much money was made from that, is also what I'm getting on the 12. I split the yeah, yeah. And that's what's currently being protected. This is why this is why the system is trying to get it to us. We just have to see and not put them together like that. Right. 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 It's going to want us to do it like that. And they're going to want this one to be scared to touch this. But this is her power. If she was when she's holding this power, then we ain't got no problem. Cause she don't use it unless she has to. And the way she uses it isn't burn the house down. Right. Right. It's high priestess. Not this. See, and it reversed the cup. Also, because we're seeing magic that they're like today, New York, New York. If you're in the east, like you need to run your hot showers, you need to run your steam right now. Make sure you have humidifiers on. Everything that went on in Times Square today, it's molecular. If just you knowing about that, then anybody that's watching, if y'all can light a candle tonight, just or light a match, or even just light a freaking lighter and command that all those molecular structures be cleared from from 4 and up from Times Square. I'm going for 13, 8 of Wands, Knight of Wands on a 6. Showing up to help. That was it.